Good day, everyone. In my presentation, I will discuss to you about the parasitic protozoa called Trypanosoma cruzi. The picture beside tell us about the parts of this protozoa. Trypanosoma cruzi is very widely distributed in many wild and domestic mammals, and thus it will never be eradicated. It has digenetic life cycle, which means it requires two hosts to fully develop. The Trypanosoma cruzi undergoes different stages. These stages differ in form and location of kinetoplast. Kinetoplast is the network of circular DNA, or also known as the kDNA. Now let's have the life cycle of Trypanosoma cruzi. An infected triatom bug takes blood on the host. The bug will leave a feces that contain trypamastigote near the wound. The trypamastigote in the feces will enter our membrane through the wounds or in our intestine if it is foodborne. The trypamastigote will invade the cell and replicate to form a mastigote. The amastigote will escape in the cytoplasm and turn again as trypomastigote. Now, the trypomastigote will be carried in our bloodstream. If the bug will absorb the infected blood, the process continues. The trypomastigote will transform into epimastigote in the triatom midgut and form again into the infective trypomastigote in the feces. So it was indeed a digenetic life cycle. It involves the triatom bug and the human host to fully develop this kind of protozoa. Chagas disease. Chagas disease is a disease caused by the Trypanosoma cruzi parasite. It was named after the Brazilian physician Carlos Chagas, who discovered the disease in 1909. So this is transmitted from animals to humans because of the kissing bug. So this kissing bug is usually found in America. So there are millions of people who are infected of this Chagas disease. At most of them, hindi nila alam na meron pala sila nito. Ang infeksyon na dulot ng Chagas disease ay nagdadala ng maraming health complications at ang iba ay nagsasanhi ng kamatayan. So aside from the kissing bug, people can also become infected through congenital transmission, blood transfusion, organ transplantation, consumption of uncooked food, and accidental laboratory exposure. Sa kaso naman ng kissing bug, kapag tayo'y kinagat nito, sila'y nagiiwan ng dumi sa ating balat. At kapag yung dumi ay naidikit doon sa sugat or sa mga galos natin sa balat, kaya ang parasite na nandoon ay papasok sa ating mga membranes or sa ating balat. At kapag yun ay nakapasok, doon na magsisimula ang proseso ng infection. So kalimitang mga nakakagat nitong kissing bug ay yung mga taong natutulog. Kaya tinawag itong kissing bug kasi kalimitan ito nangangagat sa ating mukha. Halimbawa na lamang ng litrato na nasa PowerPoint. So ito'y ang kanyang talukap ay namamaga dahil dito siya kinagat ng kissing bug. There are several ways to diagnose the Chagas disease. One of these is the use of laboratory techniques and procedure. For example, the blood smear. A thick and thin blood smear are made and stained for visualization of the parasite. Itong makikita natin sa litrato. During the chronic stage of the Chagas disease, ang mga eksperto ay ginagamit ang mga findings ng pasyente. Halimbawa na lamang is, ang pasyente ba ito ay nakatira sa lugar kung saan merong mga kaso ng sakit na ito? At during din sa chronic stage, maliit na lamang na bilang ng parasite ang makikita sa ating dugo. Kaya gumagamit ang mga eksperto ng specific na mga test upang makita ang mga antibodies na nabuo ng ating katawan upang labanan ang parasite na ito. We are now in the signs and symptoms of Chagas disease. So there are two stages, the initial acute stage and the chronic phase. In the initial acute stage, the first visible signs can be skin lesion or purplish swelling of the eyelid of one eye. Additionally, they can present fever, headache, enlarged lymph gland, pallors, muscle pain, difficulty in breathing, swelling, and abdominal or chest pain. And during naman sa chronic phase, the parasite are hidden mainly in the heart and digestive muscles. So ito yung punteriya nitong Chagas disease, yung puso at yung ating sikmura. So up to 30% of patients suffer from cardiac arrest and up to 10% from the digestive complications. Also, there are neurological or mixed alteration. In later years, the infection can lead to sudden death due to cardiac arrhythmias and progressive heart failure caused by the destruction of heart muscle and its nervous system. So itong Chagas disease ay nakakaapekto sa mga muscles ng ating digestive system at ng heart. So ito yung punteriya niya. Paunti-unti niya itong sinisira sa paglipas ng panahon, kaya ito'y nagiging delikado na minsan nagsasanhi ng kamatayan ng isang taong may Chagas disease. Now, let's proceed to the treatment of Chagas disease. So, the Chagas disease can be treated using the antiparasitic medications. For example, this benzimidazole and nifortimox. These both medicines are proven to be 100% effective if it is given sooner. But these medicines are not advised for those who are pregnant or for those people who suffer from kidney and liver failure because of its strong effect. But these nifortimox are not also advised to be used by those people who suffer from neurological and psychiatric disorder. And also, together with this, appropriate treatment are applied for those cardiac or digestive manifestation of the disease. So, di ba, maaaring sa heart or sa digestive siya. So, if may mga problema na sa heart, tinutulungan ito ng mga gamot at mga technique upang matulungan ang heart sa ating recovery aside nitong mga medication na ito. We are now on the last part in the prevention and control of Chagas disease. Earlier in my presentation, I mentioned that this parasite cannot be eradicated. But instead, what we can do is to control the transmission and have early health access for those who are infected and ill population. There is also need for blood screening, especially for those transfusion and organ transplantation to avoid the transmission. There is no vaccine for Chagas disease. What is the best thing to do is to control the population of those kissing bug or the vectors that carries this parasite. So the World Health Organization have some recommendation in order to prevent the spread of the Chagas disease. First is the spraying of houses and surrounding areas with residual insecticide. Second is the house improvement and house cleanliness. So it is important to maintain our surroundings clean. Third is the personal preventive measures such as bed nets. Fourth is good hygiene practices in food preparation, transportation, storage, and consumption. So it is important to cook our food thoroughly to kill the microorganisms and parasites that are possibly in it. And the last one is screening of the newborn children, especially the children who are those mother are infected. So usually the people who have this Chagas disease ay mga asymptomatic o hindi sila nagpapakita ng anumang sintomas. Kaya marapating tayo'y kumonsulta sa mga doktor at magpa-check up ng maaga upang if meron man tayo nito, tayo'y maaagapan ng mga eksperto ng mga gamot na nararapat. So that would be all about the Trypanosoma cruzi parasite. So I hope you learned something.